What up, Dokkanners? It is time to take our very first look at the LR Fusion Zamasu. This unit is a beast on paper. Let's see if it translates into the game. This is my very first attempt with this unit, so he is at level 1 links, 55%. I have done nothing to the character other than simply awaken him and train him up. This is the team we're going to be bringing, and we're going to be taking on the Transforming Cell Red Zone event. The reason for that is simple. The Transforming Cell Red Zone event just works. It's a long fight. The units hit pretty hard, not too hard, so we should be able to get a nice sweet spot where we can test out the domain expansion if we can get to it. But before we jump in, let's take a look at what the unit does. If you want to skip ahead, feel free to do so. This guy is a Realm of Gods Worldwide Chaos Fuse Fighter category lead, 170%. Extra 30 stats go to Time Travelers or Final Trump card. Also, Extreme Class Allies Key +3, 150%. For those who don't fit on the top 3 leader skills, Realm of Gods Worldwide Chaos Fuse Fighters. I love this new leader ability. It adds for more flexibility, more diversity in terms of your team assembly. And since this guy is basically like the de facto head guy for villains now, this is a very, very good leader skill. For the super attacks, raises attack and defense greatly for 1 turn, causes colossal, greatly lowers defense, massively raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn. Both are temporary, by the way. Cause mega colossal damage and greatly lowers attack. For the passive, entrance animation reduces damage received by 20% for 4 turns from the start of the turn, plus an additional damage reduction of 20% for the first turn when there's a Realm of Gods category ally on the team at the start of the character's attacking turn. Key +6 attack and defense +100, plus an additional key +3 attack and defense +50 when there are no Realm of Gods category enemies. I actually very much like this. This kind of flips the script in terms of a condition. Usually it's based on who you're facing, but now it's based on who you're not facing. So I really do like that. High chance to crit, 40% additional damage reduction right here. I mean, this is just insane. Plus an additional defense +50 when receiving an attack, and if HP is 70% or less when receiving an attack, an additional defense +50. Okay. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack within the same turn after receiving an attack. Are you done? This dude's just insane. Plus an additional attack +25 with each attack received up to 150. So you have to get hit a total of 6 times, and you will max out that attack. This dude is so incredibly good just on its own without even transforming and going into the domain expansion. When you do that, your HP has to be 70% or less from turn 5 or from turn 7 if you're accompanied by a Future Saga ally or enemy. When we transform, when we go to the domain thing, all extreme class allies Key +3 get boosted and become omnipresent for 5 turns. We also increase the damage that we dish out on super class enemies and allies by 30%. So they are more susceptible to damage. So this is damage reduction, but the inverse. We are now inducing damage, not reducing. So this is actually a really cool new mechanic. Let's take a look at Infinity Zamasu. This guy nullifies all attacks directed at the character, obviously. Key +4 attack +300. AGL STR key spheres will change to TEQ. And Worldwide Chaos category allies defense +60 with 4 or more TEQ key spheres obtained. For the super attack, greatly raises attack for 1 turn, causes colossal. And for the AoE, the ultra super massively raises attack for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage to all enemies. So how do you build this unit? Well, at 55% you don't have to worry about it, but if you do have more than 1 copy, you might be wondering, how do you build this unit? This unit has a little bit of everything where you really don't need pretty much anything at all. You've got damage reduction, very much so, 20%, 20%, 40%, and then even more defense when you receive an attack. You would argue that it's better to not have dodge, because if you do have dodge, it interferes with your attack growth, it interferes with your defense boosting. So go critical. Well, you don't need to, because your critical is taken care of from the passive, so that pretty much only leaves additional. Additional will allow you to temporarily stack even more for the turn, making you that much more lethal, and it allows you to potentially attack multiple times when you go infinity. The only thing, though, is when you go infinite, you don't have a high chance to crit anymore. So if you are looking for style points and you want to try to do extra damage on that AoE Infinity Zamasu attack, then I suppose you could put some into critical. But for the most part, we should be focusing on what this form can do, not what the Infinity Zamasu can do. Because while the Infinity Zamasu is impressive, its main function is to support the other allies and do a decent chunk of damage. So with the extra damage that extreme class allies will be dishing out to super class allies anyway, you're kind of establishing the same effect by doing a critical, because you're doing that extra damage through other units. So I think that the best way to build this Fusion Zamasu would be max additional, balanced dodge. Throw in some dodge just for the sake of having some dodge, but not so much where we will interfere with your attack boosting. So if you do max additional, you would have 15 additional, and balanced dodge would be 6 dodge. I think that's pretty decent. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree with my assessment there. But now let's jump in and take a look at what sort of link buddies we're going to be having. I'm going to have my merge Zamasu accompanied by the AGL transforming Zamasu pre-ZA. I'm doing this because I want to take some damage. I want to fall below the certain thresholds so that I can actually transform. And then when I do go infinite, what Link Buddy would best suit him? That would be the LR Merge Zamasu, which we're going to have on the team. I'm also going to be bringing Goku Black Rose and the AGL Goku Black for some support. And I've also got the Rose Zamasu as a nice slot 1. So that being said, let's take a look at the team. Real quickly, the strategy is pretty simple. AGL plus TEQ, TEQ plus TEQ, then everybody else is in slot 3. So let's just jump in. Cell Red Zone. So we are not fighting an extreme class or a Realm of Gods enemy, which means we will gain even more power. But here we go. Intro time.
Acts of gods are inherently pure, while mortal endeavors will inevitably become wicked, corrupted, and marred by shame.
I think he's mad about something. All right, so these two together, this works. Friend unit is at 55%. What are his links? Oh, he's been working on those links a little bit. And we got some additionals and criticals. So hopefully that doesn't become too much of an issue. I'm going to have the Rose Zamasu go first just to sort of establish how much normal units do before the Fusion Zamasu steps in. And then everybody else is kind of secondary. Okay. So we're looking at a 7.7 million attack set for the Rose Zamasu. Raising that defense a little bit. That's good. When you combine that with the guard, that's very good. Okay. He attacks us once. We still need more. 5.3 million attack set for the first turn. Fusion Zamasu, 55%. We do have some support this turn. And with that damage reduction, we lost some attack, but we also gained attack. So we effectively neutralized it. And we also gained defense because we got hit. We got that extra defense plus 50. So yeah, this dude can hold his own. Oh, here we go. I promise I will not do the voice this time.
I am justice given form. I am the world. Now worship. Venerate the most noble, splendid, immortal, and supremely powerful god, Zamasu.
That really does sound like him. Okay. So now this dude is going to be benched, unfortunately. Oof, this is actually not a good rotation. Ooh, boy. Okay, this guy could actually probably get me killed. So just for the simple sake of not dying, I'm going to put this guy in slot 2. Let's have this guy go first. He will tank. This is turn 2. This is his first appearance. So he's got maximum damage reduction. He's got 20 and 20 and 40. So dude's rocking a pretty substantial damage reduction for turn 1. Then we'll just have the Fusion Zamasu do something here just to show that he is decent. So let's see how these two function without those links. Okay. All right. We're looking at a 5.1 million attack stat without any links this turn. We do have a 40% support thanks to the AGL Goku Black, but that's about it. We got an additional. How? Huh? Did I already forget? I am very sleepy. I am still running on 0 sleep. Did he have a built-in additional? Nope. Oh, yes. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack within the same turn after receiving an attack. Of course. Of course. Everybody's fusing and transforming. Let's go. This is the AGL. He's going to be so good with that easy. It's going to be crazy. All right. This guy doesn't really need anything because he doesn't stack at all. See, I'll just rotate him off. I'll have the Rose Zamasu go first so that he can gain those stats as best as he can. Then I will have the Fusion Zamasu follow, followed by the AGL. Let's see how we do here. This Rose Zamasu does have a multiplicative defense boost, so that combined with guard and all of these links for synergy, very, very good for a defensive tank. Oh, let's see how much damage we take. Type disadvantage, all that defense boosting. What are we gonna take here? That's it. Let's go. All right, 6.0 million attack stat for the Fusion Zamasu. Barely crack a million. But then we did over a million with a slap. So the critical 50% is pretty much a toss-up. Do you want to add more to that? You could. And I think it actually, there is merit to a full critical build, in all honesty. Because it makes the fusion form a whole lot more devastating. All right, so over here, Bulma's wasted. Nobody cares. Let's have this guy go first. He will receive an attack, so he will likely launch another super, which is great. And look at his attack skyrocket. That looks so good. Then we'll have Goku Rose. Then we'll have Fusion Zamasu. $8.21 million attack stat. 5.7 million on that first attack. Critical on type disadvantage, mind you. Okay, that's about $1 million. Didn't get a critical there. Okay. $3.7 million. Very good. Yes. Yes. All right, one more turn with this buffoon, and then we move on to the... Oh. And then we move on to the AGL. Is this just going to take him out? Critical? No counter. Okay. We actually will take some heat here. Not too much, though. Yeah. All right. So here we'll take him out. How's the Rose Zamasu doing defensively? Good. Guard is gone. I believe guard is only here for 3 turns. Yes, it is. Given that the Rose Zamasu has pretty much done its guarding, I'll just put the Fusion Zamasu in slot 1. We'll have Rose Zamasu in slot 2, and then we'll have the Goku Brook in slot 3. Not that he's done anything so far, but that's okay. 8.9 million attack stat for the Fusion Zamasu with nice links and support. 6.1 million damage on that critical. All right, AGL Perfect Cell. We've got a nice rotation here. When I transform, does he stay corrupted? I think he does, right? Yes. Let's go ahead and transform him. Let's go ahead and do it.
Light and justice, strike me! Oh, weak God incapable of wiping out evil is worthless!
Okay, now that we've got these two together, how many links do these guys got? 5. Let's go. Actually, well, yeah, we would have 6 if they're max links because Big Bad Boss, this is level 1. All right, so let's put this dude in slot 1. Let's see how much damage we can do. Then we'll do this. And then we will do this. Are we even gonna go infinite? Or are we just gonna dominate so decisively that this just doesn't happen? 13.1 million attack stat for the Fusion Zamasu. 10.6 million damage. On a crit. We just did about 16 million damage between 2 hits on a 55% Fusion Zamasu. Without the field power bonus. I mean, dude. How much are we gonna do here? Probably not a lot, right? 3.8. Okay. Oh. Oh no, this guy can super twice. If he... Uh-oh. Okay. Ooh, I was gonna say, if he supered him, that would be GG. Oh, but here we go. Turn 7. We could go domain expansive. Let's do it, actually. Let's do it. All right, now we are in domain. What the heck? Oh, that is so cool. Forget the cell games. You're in my domain now. All right, so let's use the Ultra Super. For everyone who picks up TEQ key spheres, they are the ones who gain defense plus 60. So I'm gonna give these to the Infinite Zamasu. I'm gonna give the TEQ key spheres to the Fusion Zamasu. So he will get the extra defense. And then I will give all of these to the Rose Zamasu. Oh my god. 7.5 million attack stat. Zamasu's justice and order. Okay, he heals back. That's fine. 8.4 million attack stat for this guy. Now that these two are together, they have great synergy. 5.6 mil, and now he's going to take him out. So that is what you got to do. You got to put this guy in slot 3, let him float around until you go infinite, and then bring him back. And then it is all about that justice given form. All right, so now we're here. We still have the infinite atmosphere. Let me have this guy go first. Yep. This guy will continue to go first. Then I will have Fusion Zamasu Corrupted go afterwards. What is his label? Do they label it differently? Nope, still Fusion Zamasu. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll give this to the AGL Goku Break. We'll do this. Oh, I just realized the extra defense. I completely forgot about that. He's attacking right away. Oh! That's actually a lot. Yikes. Okay. So there is still some merit to having dodge. Yeah. You know what? I don't think the Infinity Zamasu having a critical is that important. I think max additional balanced dodge is the way to go. I think that's the best and safest way to navigate around attacks like that. Because if this cell can produce that type of damage on us, there will be other events surely that drop in the future. And even in the future of this worldwide download celebration, that will be pretty lethal. And oh my god. He changed the orbs. Are you serious? That's so mean. He changed the tech orbs to int. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks to Beerus. All right, I'm gonna have this guy go first, just out of curiosity. I want to see how much damage he's got in him, how much he can dish out, and then we'll do this. If I want to bother using an item, we'll be fine. Oh, we gotta.
Time to get serious.
Time to get serious? I don't want to get serious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Gonna go all out.
No, this is a waste. I didn't mean to do this. Does this kill? Probably not. He might get a few attacks off and kill him. Oh, never mind. He got the crit. 15.6 million. All right, we are on the final fight. So it is the STR Super Perfect. We still are in the domain of the gods. So what is this bozo gonna do? What could he possibly do to us? Nothing. That's what. I am scared though, because that is a lot of damage coming in. So hopefully he doesn't super right away, I guess. So let's do this. And let's do this. I actually want to see how much damage we would take without the Whis. So I am going to forego the Whis. If we lose this, it's fine. We've seen him dominate, but I do want to see how much damage. Oh, we got hit, so we gained an extra defense plus 50. We're at like a 10.1 million attack stat. 3.7, 3.8 million on that first attack. We got a critical, so we did about 5 million. So that's about 6 million damage. Only 2 hits. And he is not going to super. He could very likely super Rose Zamasu, and if he does, I think we lose. But that's okay. 4.3 mil. All right. If these guys can launch multiple supers and kind of stay defensively inclined, maybe we survive this. We're dead. We're dead. I wish the domain had damage doctrine. I might have been too broken, but I would have loved that. Yeah. That's how we lose, but that's fine. So we got to see what we wanted to see from the Fusion Zamasu. That unit is incredibly potent defensively, incredibly potent offensively. You could stand to use a little bit of dodge because as you saw against the power weighted cell, we did take some nasty damage because at that point we only had the 20% damage reduction plus the 40. So all of that together with his lower defense, it does tend to be a little bit of a problem. But if you had given him 4 tech key spheres because of the other Zamasu going infinite, you would have got the extra defense plus 60. Probably would have been a far less of a problem. So I think that this unit is very, very good. And I think easily this is one of the top units in the entire game. But in terms of the hit potential composition, I think the #1 priority should still be additional. And then the next most important thing would be dodge. Critical doesn't matter. When you're going infinite, you're not doing it for the damage. You're doing it for the presence. You're doing it for the add-on effects for other units. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the Fusion Zamasu. How would you build the hit potential system for this unit? What teams have you run with the guys so far? And what are your thoughts overall? Do you think it's a top 5 unit? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you at least know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. I'm going to go get some rest. I am very exhausted, and I will see you guys on the next video, probably half a day later. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and always remember to good night.